Yo, what is going on, you purple-nosed Pissimians? Today we're playing some games with Celesaur, but not in standard. We're trying out a list in expanded. Now this list originally draws inspiration from Rahul Reddy's list from Greensboro Regionals a little while ago. We've made some adaptations. No Shamans. We're on that Wobbuffet. Heavier into the stadium count. I'm a big fan of the heavy stadium count in the Celesaur deck. And the rest is a little similar. We're heavy in the draw supporters. 4 Cynthia, 4 Juniper. No Steven's Resolve like Rahul had. I found those to be a little bit inconsistent. And then just the consistent draw supporter of just like constant Cynthias early on is really nice. So, yeah. That's what we're looking at right now. Let's go ahead and get into some games. And I'll show you guys what's up. Into our first game here. We have a not so good start. A little bit of a rough start, and our opponent got 2 mulligan draws up against a Hitmonchan deck, though. I think that's probably just like a pretty good matchup in general. We'll go ahead and grab a... Yeah, we'll grab the Wobbuffet here. They sometimes play Enhanced Hammer. But I'm going to throw down the DCE to give ourselves time to kind of maybe use these herbal energies to heal up a little bit. Yeah, so I think this is probably a pretty good matchup. Oh, the Kartana. Alright. Maybe I should have gone with the herbal energy. Well, my thought process was like our hand is dead for right now, so... But I could have like rolled the Celesaur immediately into the Wob after they hit it. Especially if they do have the Enhanced Hammer. So there's a Kartana on their bench now, though, so that's like not too bad. We'll see what else they have to go alongside this. There's the Goomy, and there's the Sycamore. So would not be surprised if they do find a Floatstone here and start attacking. We'll Acerola, and then... start putting the herbal energies on the bench one. Robo-sub. Alright, maybe not. Attach and N is going to be the way to go with us here. That's fine as well. No DCE, but we got some other stuff. Can maybe Guzma this guy to the bench next turn. And kind of go from there. Hide him on the bench. Go ahead and use this nest ball. I'm going to grab a second Wobbuffet. We only ever want to put 2 Wobbuffets in play. We don't want to put more than that, because then they can go KO 3 Wobbuffets, KO a Celesaur. We want to make them have to go through 2 Celesaurs, so we always get just 2 Wobbuffet and then 2 Celesaurs set up, and that's it. Nothing else. That is our setup. We can sometimes go for a 3rd Celesaur if we want to just put it in play, if we're like in a position where we can just like put it in play, and it doesn't really matter. Here's the hit and run from our opponent. Probably going to go into, if I had to guess, probably the Goomy, right? That could be the, what's it called though? Yep, into the Goomy. So this shrine is actually not too bad because it does stack up on the Kartana a little bit here. It's kind of an awkward hand. We definitely need to get this guy to the bench. So I'm going to Guzma up the Kartana, set up a Wobbuffet, and then we will attach to it. Definitely Acerola would be really nice about now. Maybe I should have just kind of held on to the last hand. It's also maybe a little greedy with the DC. I don't know, there's a couple things I guess I could have done a little bit differently. But it's not too big of a deal. We'll power through it. I think this is probably a pretty good matchup once we set up, though. They'll probably just go for the Blade GX here. There's no reason to like not Blade GX and look for it later on. It's about the same thing on this turn. So they will probably Blade GX here. We'll see, though. We'll give them their time. It's also very possible we can actually like kind of deck out our opponent in this matchup. They're already down 4 energy. Yeah, we just need to keep the Celesaurs alive and we'll be fine. Yeah, so like the best top deck here I think probably is an Acerola top deck. Like I was saying, Acerola seems pretty good. Yeah, Acerola reset our Celebi Venusaur would be pretty sick. We'll see what our opponent has in store. Yeah, I think the Blade GX here is the way to go. If I was my opponent, I would Blade GX here. We'll see what they're gonna go with. We need to find one of our stadiums again. We do play a super heavy stadium count. We do play the 5 stadiums, 4 Aether Paradise, and then 1 of the Broken Stadium. The Life Forest. There's a draw. There we go. Aether Paradise. Just what we're looking for. Did an awkward time moving it last time. I could Guzma it back up. Actually, I can Pollen Hazard KO this thing. So we may as well get rid of that. Via Seeker, Guzma. Just Pollen Hazard knock this out. The Fighting Fury Belt doing that relevant 10 extra damage here against the Hitmonchan as we go with that Pollen Hazard. And we could maybe even look to Evergreen on the next turn. Like ideally, hopefully hit a DCE off the Cynthia. Go with the Evergreen. Maybe we get a DC off the prizes. I don't think this can be knocked out. If I'm not mistaken. We got to be careful going into our opponent's Sledgehammer turn, I guess. There, the Buzzwole is in the discard pile, but they could stretcher it out with, like, teammates getting stretcher plus a special energy or something. So we do have to be careful of that. Do have to be careful of the potential of the Sledgehammer turn, and then also potentially Nihilego as well. Oh, there's another shrine. That's kind of annoying. Kind of annoying to have to already hit into it, have our opponent find another shrine. They did set up the Hitmonchan though, so this means they definitely don't have a float stone for the Gumi. So we at least have that going for us. Yeah, it is just going to be the special combo onto the Wobbuffet. So yeah, if we're gonna, we should probably try and GX this turn and knock this thing out with the Evergreen GX. Shrine damage going in. This is like a for sure energy. I'm gonna try and find a DCE. I don't know how greedy this is, but it's probably not too greedy. Yeah, we got the DCE. So now I have to decide if I want to Evergreen or not, because we also got Life Force, so we could just Life Force heal 60. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. There's no way we're getting knocked out, I don't think. And then just Solar Beam, save the Evergreen. They're down 2 Shrine, and sometimes they actually only play 2 Shrine, so that could be it. Our opponent could be out of stadiums, the Life Force could stick all for the rest of the game, and that sounds like a pretty easy game to clean up from there to me. We'll see what our opponent has in store. Yeah, I don't think they have a way to KO this, though, on this turn at least. I guess one of the awkward things actually about me putting 2 Wobbuffet in play is that they do have the Blade GX. I kind of forgot about Blade GX, so I should probably have tried to just go solo Wobbuffet until I felt like I had to put a second Wobbuffet in play. Because yeah, then you enter the scenario of this. Yeah, so I should have tried to rock the solo Wobbuffet for a little bit longer. It's fine though. I think we'll put a Fighting Fury Belt on him to try and protect him. We can try and AZ or Acerola him later on. He's actually pretty awkward to KO for our opponent. Hit and run doesn't quite do enough damage to one-shot it. Oh no, they do play the 3 Shrine. Alright, alright. Well, our opponent does play the 3 Shrine. So it is a bump on the stadium there. Only hitting us for 50. So we can Evergreen heal next turn. Will depend on what we top deck. If we top deck like a Gardini or something, will be fine. I'm trying to debate if we want to heal or not. We have the blower to get rid of the shrine. See, we have 150 HP left. 190 with the Fighting Fury Belt. Going on to 3 prizes. I don't think we can be KO'd. I'm a little nervous about us being knocked out, though. We definitely want to protect this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this here as well. Maybe I should throw on the active because I might want to be able to GX attack through the Gumi. Yeah. Alright. Netball. Give me this guy. Yeah, I don't think we're getting knocked out, so we're just going to Pollen Hazard this guy. They should be out of Shrines now. I don't think anyone really plays 4 Shrines of Punishment in the Hitmonchan deck, so I think they're done with Shrines. I think we've done it. They're done. We're done. Everyone's done with the Shrines. Go ahead and check the rest of their resources going into this next turn, though. 1 Guzma down. No Via Seeker, so they have a lot of stuff left. The one thing that they are kind of running out of is energy, actually. So 6 energy in play. They still have, what? Beast energy. A couple different things. Okay, that's a big Hitmonchan there. We might want to Guzma knock this one out. This will probably be grabbing Diancie for our opponent as well. That shouldn't quite be a knockout. But I imagine this is going to grab them a Diancie plus something else. We're just going to probably Guzma knock this guy out. We'll probably GX attack on this one and get all the cards back in our deck. Also build up another Venusaur on the bench. Got the DC, got the netball, put a field blower on him, and we'll look to like AZ or Acerola this guy whenever we can. Get him out of play, because like I said, they do have the Blade GX, which makes it kind of awkward that I do have this Wobbuffet in play. So we're going to look to get him out of there as soon as we see our AZ. He's going to be hard for our opponent to kill because of the Fighting Fury Belt, though, so that's cool. That's good for us. We got that working for us, but still. Focus Sash on the Diancie. That's pretty cool, actually. Can't KO that. But yeah, we're going to go after this guy no matter what here on the next turn. It's their only relevant attacker in play. Just GX knock that thing out. All right, here we go. Draw another Celesaur. Going to take that grass energy out of the deck. We can attach twice over 2 turns. Celesaur comes down. Float. Via Seeker for the Guzma. And then go ahead and bring this guy up here. Get all of our resources back. DC to this guy. Treat. And then we have this Juniper for next turn, so we're all good on that. And then Evergreen, GX, get everything back. Not that we want everything, but we're gonna get everything. A lot of it actually we just kind of don't want. The stadiums are nice. It would be nice to find a stadium soon. But I have a feeling the stadiums are now going to be sticking around for, if we get one more Aether Paradise, I think it's going to stay in play probably for the rest of the game. Our opponent is out of their shrines of punishment, and it's like usually does not play Field Blower. So if we get one more Aether Paradise, we don't need 4 of them to make one stick, but if we get one more, I'm pretty sure it's sticking for the rest of the game. Gardenia off the prizes, super great to be able to do some healing on the next turn potentially. We'll see what our opponent has in store. There's a teammates. They sent up the Diancie, so maybe they're just going to stall here with the Focus Sash. I'm curious as to why they sent up Diancie. Maybe they have an escape rope or something going on. Yeah, now I'm like super curious about this Diancie send up. We'll see what they get off the teammates. Maybe they thought it was a float stone. They forgot that they put a Focus Sash here instead. They just saw a tool and were like, oh, that's a float stone. We're going to send this up. Not quite, but we'll see. See what they got going on. It's actually kind of surprising that they haven't found a float stone yet. Maybe they've been choosing not to put it in play. That's also a possibility. Okay, so they're just stalling with it for a turn because of it. It does have a Focus Sash. Attached to the bench. And Juniper. I'm gonna burn this. Don't want this anymore. Grab that. And then I guess it's just gonna be the Solar Beam. We actually don't. This doesn't leave. Yeah, so I don't actually want that to leave the Pokemon. The Focus Sash. Oh, what one did I click? Oh, but it's weak to grass, so it doesn't matter. I wanted the Pollen Hazard and not have the Focus Sash leave the Diancie because I didn't want them to be able to put a Float Stone on it. But we were doing enough damage no matter what. So I guess no, actually Pollen Hazard does get the knockout because the damage is in between turns. Okay, so Pollen Hazard works out better than I thought it would. So this is actually just fine. At first I was like, I don't want to knock it out because I don't want them to put a Float Stone on it because if you don't fully one-shot it, they can't Float Stone it. We also whiffed the stadium there, which is a little bit annoying. And we're getting N to 2, so this is a big turn right here. There's the Nihilego, but they don't have an attack with it yet. It looks like they are going to have to hit and run. They could hard retreat. Oh, they found the energy. All right, that's a big deal, actually. All right, that's a pretty good end from our opponent. They got the Float Stone and the energy. They're going to be able to copy... Well, they don't really want to copy our GX attack, I feel like. Because then they won't be able to... Blade GX later on, so they probably just want to do the... Oh, they're going to burn and confuse us, of course. That's just kind of annoying. That's just kind of rude. Alright, we'll figure out what we're doing on our turn with this top deck here. We'll see what our top deck gives us. View Seeker's pretty good. View Seeker is pretty good. Netball, gonna get a grass. Grass to here. Via Seeker. For the Juniper. Could have healed this, I guess, but I don't think it's really relevant. Juniper away that Lysander, and then draw 7. Nothing spectacular. Just gonna hard retreat. It's a little costly, but it's not too bad. We still have 2 DCs left and a bunch of grass energy, so yeah, a little costly, not too bad though. And then Solar Beam going down to 1 prize card. I think we have this one pretty much locked up. This is about what I expected. Our opponent has actually only drawn 1 prize. The Celesaur are just kind of too big. And they had it really nice early on, winning out the Stadium War early on for a while. So they had a lot going on for them early on, and it still didn't matter. I mean, I guess they didn't have the Float Stones and the stuff like that going on for them, but they had the Stadium War, which I feel like is a big deal to try and gain advantage of early on. It's just a Hitmonchan against anything. If you can just kind of win the Stadium War early on and keep shrines in play for a while, should give you a pretty big advantage, and I felt like that was pretty good for them early on, but it wasn't quite enough here, as we can see, as we're definitely going to win this one. Kind of just a matter of time as we're going through the motions here. I don't think there's anything his teammates could grab that would give them a chance, but we'll see. They have to send up the Robo-Sub on their next turn. That'll buy them a turn. But they're only doing, what, 30 damage? Yep. Running to the Robo-Sub. All right. Yep. Via Seeker for the Lysander. And this one's about over. Just need to play it out. Let's go ahead and take out the Kartana. Yep. And that's it on this one as we take a dub over this Hitmonchan deck. Definitely a good matchup. Definitely a good hit matchup against Hitmonchan. Into another game here. Pretty good start. We got that Wob start, which is what we're always looking for. We got a Celesaur in play ready to go. So that's nice. So we're playing against, ooh, a Malamar deck. Alright, Malamar has always been a tough matchup, but we'll see what we can do here. A Juniper top deck would be nice. Get the Lysander and a Guzma in the discard pile to give ourselves those options later on. Really not that big of a deal if we don't. So Wobbuffet, not super great against Malamar. Well, sometimes it can be enough to slow them down, though. Maybe they need to use a Shaman or something. Do they even play Shaman in Malamar Expanded? Probably not, actually. Yeah. So it's going to be a tough one here, like I was saying, I think. We'll see what kind of Malamar build they are, though. That's also relevant. I'm going to assume it's Ultra Necrozma, which is the tough part. Ultra Necrozma can one-shot us at some point. It will eventually happen. They will eventually one-shot us, so that's kind of the tough part about the matchup, is that they eventually can just one-shot us with the Ultra. But we'll see. Maybe they're not playing Ultra Necrozma. Maybe if they're playing something like the Latios build, we have a chance. Because I can't quite one-shot us, can't quite get to those numbers. Alright, it's a pretty good start. So yeah, pretty good start here, though, at the very least. Super good start against anything else. Yeah, see, a Juniper would have been nice to like set these up in the discard pile, but it's not a huge deal. Just go with the N. A draw supporter is better than no draw supporter. And we're chilling. Debating playing the Nest Ball for a second Celesaur. No, we'll just pass for right now. Pass over to our opponent. Hopefully find a turn 2 DCE so we can start swinging on these Inkays if they don't find their way into something different. And there we go. There's a Giratina. I mean, it could be just like a Giratina-based deck, which I think we would be fine against. But I think it's kind of unlikely. Giratina by itself really isn't that great. Let's see what our opponents got going on, though, in this next turn. There's a hard retreat to the Giratina. It looks like that N did its job, and that top deck is superb there. We're gonna go ahead and grab a second Celesaur, and then Cynthia. Yeah, all right. So that top deck, or that N, basically being let loose right there, slowing down our opponent completely. Fortunately, all we have is N on the following turn. Maybe we'll get another top deck into this next turn for something that's not N. We'll see. Allow ourselves to get ahead in the prize exchange and start taking out this Giratina next turn. That'd be ideal. Yeah, but we'll see where it goes. Yeah, giving ourselves a little time is super nice. There's a Field Blower from our opponent. Goodbye, Aether Paradise. I wonder if our opponent actually even plays any stamps. And they get rid of the Floatstone off our Wob, so we're gonna be stuck here for a little while. There's that Cynthia top deck though I was talking about. There's basically any supporter would have been good there. There's a DCE and a Fighting Fury Belt, so he's good to go. Can't swing this turn, so we're gonna have to wait for next turn. We do have a Guzma. We'll go ahead and start chopping down some of these Inkays. Yeah, that's where we'll start. We'll see if our opponent finally finds himself a top deck. Let's see, they do have a supporter. Oh, they have a couple supporters in the discard pile, so a Via Seeker top deck works as well. There's a Spell Tag, so that's a good sign for us because that means our opponent might not be playing Ultra Necrozma. It could just be Spell Tag Tina, Malamar, and Expanded. A little interesting, but it would really be best for us if they are not playing what's it called. So that's fine with me. There we go. There's a Treasure. Get rid of a Sycamore. Yeah, haven't seen anything yet that would suggest our opponent is playing Ultra Necrozma. There's their first Malamar. So we're just gonna go ahead and assume that they probably don't play Ultra Necrozma until we see it. Now that I've seen the Spell Tag kind of suggests that it's probably not that. So that's good for us. Like I said, definitely good to have it not be Ultra Mally. We'll see. We haven't seen everything yet. Only seen a little bit of their deck so far. And from what we have seen, it could still definitely be Ultra Mally. They haven't like exposed anything that says, well, this is 100% not Ultra Mally. Yeah, gonna Guzma up the Malamar. Take this thing out. I don't want to put the Fighting Fury Belt on this yet. I mean, how many Floatstone do I have left? One anyways. We do have the Acerola in hand. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it down then. Solar Beam. I guess another thing I could have been scared of though was second Field Blower. Maybe I should have been scared of second Field Blower. Oh well, knocking out this Malamar. We have a Gardenia and a Via Seeker in hand, so we can kind of use Gardenias for a couple turns here in a row. And just keep this guy healthy, healed, and in combat. We'll see what our opponent's got going on. There's a float stone on the Malamar. There's a Dimension Valley. There is a... Alright, so they have the Krozma GX. Okay. At the very least have that guy going, which is also pretty annoying to deal with, actually. Because I can build up... Ooh, second Field Blower. That's what I really shouldn't have put that Fighting Fury Bell in play. That was definitely a mistake, I think. So yeah, this guy can build up pretty big with a pretty big Prismatic Burst. So that guy is also pretty annoying to deal with. They do, however, have to commit a lot of energy on him to do that. So they're not going to do it. We'll be fine, but they do it. It does get pretty annoying. I kind of want to just like Lysander GX KO the Ultra guy. Let's do it. I'm feeling it. This feels good to me. Evergreen. Don't get all the cards back, but there's really not anything that important. The Fighting Fury Belts would be nice. We should be able to find another stadium eventually. Yeah, the Fighting Fury Belts would have been nice, I guess, but there's an Aether Paradise to replace the stadium, so we're chilling. We got some, like I said, Gardenias in hand to go ahead and start getting rid of some of this damage that we're going to be taking here soon. They're going to do 130 this turn. I might be able to take out this guy actually next turn, unfortunately, for us. We'll see. We could Acerola him for a turn just to reset up on the bench and sacrifice a Wobbuffet. But then we don't really KO this thing. I guess if they go with hitting the active Giratina again, we could do the Acerola play. The Acerola play would actually be pretty good if they hit their own active Giratina again. We'll see what they do, though. We'll see where they put the damage from the Shadow Impact. We'll see what they do with that. They're attached to the bench. There's the Shadow Impact. We'll see where the damage goes. They did just hit themselves. Let's check this. And they do have the Guzma in the discard pile. We did get Scramble Switch. Huh. So the Scramble Switch play actually seems pretty good here now. Then we get Acerola. Yeah, so the Scramble Switch is actually like super sick here. And then we can Acerola this guy. Throw this in play. Bench this guy back down. Netball. Haven't attached yet for turn. And then get an attachment on the new Celesaur. Alright. Alright, and there's the concession from our opponent. So we do take that one as well against the Psychic Malamar deck. Not too bad. And that's going to go ahead and do it for this video on the Celesaur deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Got a couple dubs there with the deck. I actually think the deck is actually pretty decent. Like I said, I initially started out with Rahul's build from Greensboro, and then I adapted it, adding in the Wobbuffets, which is something that I think someone had mentioned that he recommended, so I went ahead and tried that out. And the Shamans really weren't doing too much. They were like good here and there, but the opening the Wobbuffet in a lot of matchups is really nice to slow down your opponent while you set up your Celesaurs. So yeah, I definitely recommend giving it a try if you're a fan of the big green guy. It's not broken by any means. I think the deck is like fairly balanced. It's like just kind of a good deck, but it does feel pretty good actually. There's a lot of matchups that are like pretty good that are out of like current big matchups, like the Zoroark matchup. Zoro Garb feels fine. The Archie Stoys matchup feels fine. That one can be close though, depending on if they get out the Kingdra or not early on. Drampa feels really good. So yeah, definitely try it out. The deck's fun. The deck's a lot of fun, and it's not too bad either. So give it a shot. But that's gonna do it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to give the video a like. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Links in the description for my Twitch live stream as well as social medias. Check all that fun stuff out. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, and peace.